The loud, obnoxious, like, no holds barred sneeze.
You're crazy today.
So what is it about sneezing? What's it? Why is this a turn on for people?
From what I understand, the biggest turn on is that it is a similar to like an orgasm. It's like a build up and then that release. Another very good answer is the vulnerability. When you sneeze, you're obviously not in control of what your face looks like. You're not able to convey a sexy look or any. You're not controlling what the viewer sees, and the viewer just sees you in your natural, vulnerable state. And for a lot of these guys, that is the turn on.
It's a window into the real you.
Yeah, basically.
Do you feel like you have an unusually good sneeze?
I've been told it's loud.
Are there different types of sneezes?
There's pig nose sneezing, there's stifles, there's giantess sneezing. So that's basically like you just have the camera low down to make you seem like a giant, like from the camera angle. Obviously, there's aggressive sneezing, spray sneezing. I didn't realize that there was actually quite a few different types of sneezing.
Most popular type of sneeze?
The loud, obnoxious, like, no holds barred sneeze.
This would probably have to be the pig nose sneezing. So basically, I would just do this. I would just lift it like this, just to give it a pig nose whilst I sneeze, or a pig nose stifle. So again, it's the same. So just like this, but instead of like full on sneezing, you just kind of hold it back.
Is that because like they just want to see your nose? They want to see like up the nose.
Yeah, I think that might be, yeah, if they've got like a fetish for the nostrils and stuff, that's probably what they like to see.
Your most interesting request. Like, oh, that's not to say that it's this or that. Just like, oh, that's different.
In the realm of the ones that I have done, the most interesting one was to combine the sneezing with a tickling and a foot fetish. So that one was a trifecta of fetishes.
Somebody did ask me to sneeze into my armpits, which was okay. But then they said like, would you maybe grow your hair, like your underarm hair? Which I wasn't okay with. Like I was just like, no, I don't want to do that.
But you would have been okay with sneezing into the armpit. It was just like the hair
Yeah,
part.
I
Like, I
did
don't want to.
that. I did sneeze into my armpit. Like after they asked for it, like I did it a few times. Um, but then obviously, yeah, it got to a point where they did say like, would you grow your underarm hair? And I was like, no.
How popular would you say this is?
I would say it's up there.
Really?
I would say it's up there in popularity. It is still a very taboo. I know it doesn't seem like the thing that would be, but I think because it's something that is so non-sexual,
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
it's still such a very taboo thing. Whereas you can make the case for, a foot fetish or a stepmommy fetish. You can see how those things relate. With the sneezing, I think it's still so taboo because, like I said, it's just still, I would say 99.9% of the population would never make the leap from sneezing to a turn on, right?
Could you essentially make a whole living just off of sneezing?
Oh God, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, that was like a quick yes, huh?
Absolutely, you could. If it wasn't so hard, the setup, the thing, if it came easier to me, I would probably focus on that, just because I think that someone that is capable of doing it, yeah, you stand to make quite a bit of money.
How come more people aren't doing it then, right? Like, if it's a gold mine, why isn't everybody rushing?
The vulnerability. You know, there's a lot of women in general, not just models or performers or entertainers or whatever you want to call us, don't like to be seen in any other way except for our, prim, beautiful, done up ways. So there's a vulnerability when you're sneezing, right? You're not, I mean, I've laughed at myself at some of the, you pause the video and you get like the outtake, and it's just like, oh, what is that face I'm making, And to put that out there it's hard, it's hard to put yourself to be seen like that. So that, and then, as I said, the third thing I think would be, just because it is really hard to sneeze for 2 minutes straight, 5 minutes straight, 10 minutes straight. It's hard. And I didn't even realize how difficult it was until I made the first video, and it was like, wow, I need a break after all of that,
Do people are people embarrassed about it?
I feel like they are, because a lot of people apologize. So when they request something, or when they suggest me to do something, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I hope that's okay," and as if they're asking me for something really abnormal. Um, but it's just sneezing.
To me, that seems like, it's pretty harmless.
That's what I think. It's just sneezing. Like, literally everybody does it every day.
Why do you think then that there's kind of a stigma behind it?
Maybe because it is harmless. So maybe that's why people think it's weird to get off on that, because it's just an innocent little thing that everybody does. But maybe they're just scared that people won't get it, like they won't understand why they enjoy watching it and stuff.
I don't want to like sound judgmental or make fun of people, right? Because ultimately, like, whatever you're into, do you.
Right, because I have a big saying here, and in my world, we don't yuck on anyone else's yum.